Hi family, I'm Dr. Brenda. I'm a licensed daycare provider, a published author of 3 children's books, an advocate, a consultant, a veteran's wife, and a mother. If you need help setting up your daycare service or just looking for great ideas to incorporate a play-based learning approach as well as learn about research-based solutions to issues impacting education, this is the channel for you. Subscribe, share, like. Thank you. So you always know how I start my sensory beans. I always use this bowl. It's a white bowl. It's rectangular in shape and it is a bare canvas. So I have in a bag, I have gari. Gari is it's an African delicacy. You can eat it dry, you can roast it, you can put it in water, use sugar just like cereal. You can make fufu, gari fufu with it, and it comes in I think 3 different colors. I'm familiar with the white gari and the yellow gari. So the white gari is made from, the gari generally is made from cassava, but white gari has no oil, while red gari has oil. So this is gari. The texture kind of feels like dry cereal. Um, it is not totally smooth. It's rough and it's like sand actually in texture. So I put some gari in the bowl and using gari, which is an African delicacy, makes this sensory bean somewhat edible and also gives it a little tint of multiculturalism, and inclusion. So, and that's something I always strive to do when I make sensory beans, make it inclusive and also teach something new. So then I got these carrots from the Dollar Tree. What is Easter without carrots? So I have nothing in my mind. I don't have any pictures, so I'm just working with every bit of item that I have in just off my head. I'm just working on it. So I just put these on the side. They are like felt, so very soft, and they are carrots. And the children are very, very familiar with carrots. Now, one of the grandmothers here, she brought these wooden bunnies for me. And after the sensory bean, our plan is to paint them, but they came in extremely handy for this sensory bin. So we have carrots, and bunnies like to eat carrots. So then I have bunnies right beside the carrots. And this is how the way I'm talking to you, this is how I also talk to the children when they were working with the sensory bins. So I got these little bunnies, a pack of it. You see how many there are in there? I didn't even use all of them. And I also got this from the Dollar Tree, and I just put them in no particular order, just around, some upside down, some head up, some heads down, just however I wanted to put them. I put them some standing, some laying down, and these also the children will paint after the sensory bin, so they are not gonna be trash. They are made from wood. I'm gonna save them. I just did a Timu review, like I did a haul, and I showed you how I bought these like this chicken with eggs in it, and these eggs are puzzles, so the kids can open it first. They are working with their fingers, strengthening their finger muscles. So they are also learning shapes and colors and all kinds of good stuff with the eggs. So I knew they had to go in the sensory bin. Okay, now we have bunnies and eggs. What about chicks? So I also found these chicks at the dollar store. They are so, 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 so cute. They are small, as small as those little bunnies, and I just spread them around in no particular order at all. So we're thinking Easter, and we're thinking, oh, I was thinking, should I use real candy? I was like, no, I don't want to encourage too much candy here. So I just wrapped these napkins up, and I wrapped them up like candy, because what is Easter without candies? I had these spoons. I was like, it's gonna be interesting how they will try to use this spoon to take some of this gari, and the gari will seep out, out of the spoon. And also, I had the other spoons that they're just serving spoons, and the gari will stay. So when they are transferring on one, just like a basket, the gari comes out. When they are transferring with the other, the gari stays. And then these scoopers, you know that these are my favorite things. If you've been seeing my sensory beans, you know that I have these scoopers and I use them all the time. And they were gifts. These were not from the dollar store, they were gifts. They were a gift from, I think it was Virginia Child Care Aware, or one of those organizations that I have been working with. So look at our sensory bin. We have bunnies and eggs and candy and scoopers and spoons and carrots, And what else? These are stickers. These stickers are stretchy and soft. They're like gummies, but they are not edible. So I use that also to decorate where I would put the bean in. This is a book, How to Catch the Easter Bunny, that we've been using during this Easter period. And I did do a spring reading list. I'm going to link all the videos up here, and you will see that that was part of the books we're reading. The pink bunny we've had all the time. We've had it before at daycare, and I just added that. So you know how I do. I flip the table and I set it all up. I even added cups so they can transfer. And I put the happy Easter with the eggs decorated. I put the book, I put the bunny, and voila. Call the kids, it's time for sensory play. And it was time to call the kids to come play. And you will see them in a few minutes as they come to settle down to play. I'll just tell you, this was, well, it's just April. But this is one of my favorite sensory beings ever. And I'll tell you about the kids in a little bit. So they came, they saw, they conquered, they scooped, they flipped, they moved, they transferred. We talked about bunnies, talked about the word Easter. I told them about Gary and how I used to eat it in Africa and how it's an African staple food. And sometimes we eat it with soup, sometimes we eat it by itself, sometimes we eat it with peanuts. So we talked about all of that. And then I said, can you tell me what the texture of Gary feels like? And one of the kids said, it feels just like cereal. And that was amazing to hear. And then they tasted it. And I said, what do you think it tastes like? And I'm telling you right now, they liked the taste of plain dry Gary. They loved it. So it was fun to watch them and teach them about Easter, about bunnies and chicks and eggs. And I watched them open the eggs and put those puzzles together and scooped and poured. I saw them do all the fun stuff that I did not even imagine that they would do. And they enjoyed it. They really, really loved the sensory being. And I think that so far, this is the best. Their most favorite sensory. For me, it wasn't, and I will tell you that in a minute. But for the kids, I think this is the most favorite sensory being they've worked with so far, because when it was time to clean up, they did not want to get up. I had people crying and fighting and dragging, just did not want to get up and let me clean up for sensory play, because usually sensory play is right before lunch. So while they're playing, after look where the Gary was. It was on pants, it was on their pants, it was on the floor, it was everywhere. So while they were playing, I was thinking of lunch. We better get ready. So they played for about an hour, and I'm telling you, they were not tired of playing with it. So when they were done, or when I was done and it was time to move on to the next part of our day, which is lunchtime, I needed reinforcement because look at the mess. It was messy play. And another element I'll add to this play next time will be water. And it could be any water. It could be plain water. It could be colored water, just to add another element and make it unique, make it a different play. Because I bought a big bag and I used just like half of it, and I have another half for future play. But here it is. I flipped the table back over, and I still needed reinforcement. It was too much, and it was too much for me to try to keep the kids away because they wanted to come back and play. So I had to call John, John to the rescue. John did a lot of work. He used the outdoor broom. He used his hands. He used the little brush you can see right there. Man, this was hard to clean up. He vacuumed, he did all kinds of great stuff. That's just clapping hands that I'm clapping for him for all the great job that he did. And after he was done, guys, look, all clean. The only thing I had to do was sanitize the table and get it ready for lunch. Well, I still see little bits and pieces of Gary, but that will be taken care of when I clean after lunch. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. Prayers get answered, miracles still happen, and every single thing is possible. I love you all. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you. Bye-bye.